It's normal right after the breakup to be going through it and feeling like there's no hope. It's what I call the dark tunnel. When you're in the middle of the tunnel, you can't necessarily see the light at the end. You're not close enough to the end because it's a long tunnel. And so if your ex told you they were done forever, that you're just two different people, they need to work on themselves, they're not happy, you know, when you have someone you love telling you these things, it feels like it's the end of the world. And especially if your ex means it in that moment, right? They're going to look you in the eyes and say something that they're feeling, right? And you have no reason to act like or to think like they're just acting. So it is real. But the part that you're missing is that it's just real for the moment. And because of that dark tunnel effect, you have no understanding of the impact of time on your situation as long as you don't make it worse. People tell me, yeah, Coach Benny, I feel like there's no hope. And it's like, yeah, you should. It'd be weird for you not to. Now, my story's a little different. When I went through a breakup with my DAX, I kind of took it on faith that I could get her back. And I'll tell you why. Because I grew up as the nerd that never really got any kind of attention from girls. And, you know, around that time in my life, I was starting to shape up a little bit. And, you know, when she dumped me, you know, I just understood that, like, on some level, I feared like it was because I wasn't good enough. So I knew that I had to get better. And so it made me want to learn, you know, attraction techniques. But I also believed in the attraction techniques because I wouldn't have gotten her to begin with had I not already kind of started focusing on some of that kind of stuff. So for me, you know, yes, it felt like the dark tunnel, but I just assumed that I sucked and I needed to get better. And so I put faith in the practices and I learned them. And that's what enabled me to get her back. And so for those of you that are more natural or you've had better luck with the opposite sex over time, or, you know, you have thriving social lives, or maybe you had some good parenting, you know, this kind of thing. And not all of you have, right? But it's harder to believe anything other than what's in front of your face at the moment. But I'm telling you that the forces of attraction, they work like forces of physics, attraction does. And if you give it enough time and you have the right inputs into your situation, that is following the principles, you will see an elevated effect. You will see your ex coming closer to you. But you've got to trust that this is a discipline and this is a skill that can be cultivated. People think with like humor, you either have it or you don't. They don't think that you can cultivate it. Yes, you can. Comedians study. They apply. Improv actors study and apply. Pickup artists, dating coaches study and apply. And you can too for the sake of your relationship. So if you want my help getting your ex back, click into my profile. Click this link right here. Set up a call with me. Tell me your story and I'll give you a step-by-step plan on how to get your ex back.